Da-da-da-da. Testing 1, 2. Let me turn the Toonami beats down a little bit. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Computer, go up. There you go. Yeah. All right. Liz is with us, but I think you're going to keep yourself muted half the time because of... Yeah, I think she's got a little bit of a sore throat, so I'm going to be doing most of the yakking tonight. And yeah, I see people in the chat saying hello back. Megaplex was really super fun. Busy the whole weekend for us because, you know, we were running the dealer's table and doing all kinds of things, but it was, I don't know, it was a good time. Had a blast. And now we're getting into an illustration for Ascension, one of the new settings that we will all be enjoying in the lore book. So nothing too extreme tonight, just chilling out, playing around with the colors on this, getting the character blocked in, and then eventually I'll probably get into some, I might get into some shading if I get the messing around and tinkering done in time. Yeah, maybe next time. I don't know, like, apparently all of the dealers are talking like, oh yeah, we're having con crud and sore throat and this is no good. I feel bad for Liz, she's got the con crud, but I seem to have dodged up. Maybe I got it early for CouchCon and now I'm spared. Totally invulnerable to con crud now. Or I'm about to get sick in like 2 days, so I guess... Excuse me, I guess we will find out. Vitamin zinc helps a lot with fighting the crud. It does. Actually, zinc is one of my go-to... Yeah? It says I'm on mature only. Well, I mean, yeah, Picardo should be marked as mature. The stream is marked as mature only. Yeah, we have it marked as mature. That's supposed to be that way. I mean, this stream isn't like there's no adult stuff in this stream, but I figure it's just by default better safe than sorry.
Hello.
What was that? Oh, I hear.
What if left?
I hear a Hazen. Is that you?
Yeah. Is this me?
Yeah, it is you. Let me, now that I got a guest, let me look at the audio levels and make sure they are acceptable. Say a word.
I hope. A word, a bird, a turd.
What, Liz?
Flying out your skirt.
Dave, you need to pick the sketch of the month and fan art.
I know, it's in my planner. I'm doing that tonight after the stream. Today's been unpacking day, so I did not get all the errands done quite in time to do the sketch of the month and fan art polls before stream. But I should be able to get to those after the stream. So fear not, we have not forgotten about September. Cool stuff is going to happen in September. Actually, Hazen, your timing is good because Liz, she has been struck by the Con Crud Scepter of Doom, so she's not going to be talking so much.
Did y'all get sick at the con?
I did. All the dealers did, actually. I know 6 people who have the same problem.
Not all of the dealers. Some
6 of them.
some of us don't eat sugar on a regular basis, and actually, I'm doing pretty good.
We got the furry flu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
And candy.
the most pathetic.
That's no good.
I was the most pathetic victim in during CouchCon when I got sick. But now that I'm not sick, I've got to be really smug about how healthy I am. That's
Oh yeah, Mr. Perfect immune system over here.
yeah. Forget about how miserable I was just a few short months ago. Now I'm like some sort of a like the Lord's gift to health. It's like maybe if everyone else was as good as me, they would never get sick. Like I never got sick. Forget about Couch. How lame is it I got sick during the online convention? Like what the hell?
You definitely got CouchCon crud.
Yeah.
Couch con crud. The
Yeah.
the crud everyone catches via the internet
Yes.
over the wires. What was that movie like? Oh, maybe it might have been a TV show a long time ago. I think it was an American one where like there was some sickness that they had that it was like actually could like going through like when they would contact radio and like everyone on a plane got sick with whatever the like virus or the illness or whatever it was, and they were trying to land the plane and they were telling them like don't like listen to any kind of communications from the plane because like people who are listening to it are getting sick with something.
That sounds. I don't think I saw that movie, but it sounds like a Stephen King book that I tried to read, where it's like everyone that had a cell phone in their hand falls over and they're dead. Everyone, all cell phone users
Okay,
have
well-
now. It was like an interesting premise, but it was a Stephen King book, so
If it's a movie, it's a Stephen King book.
yeah. I just
And if it's a Stephen King book, it's a movie.
Jurassic Park, Stephen King book.
no offense to Stephen
Yeah,
King, but I had to gong that book. It was a cool premise, but sir, you need an editor, and you need to listen to your editor.
You really
That sounds like that sounds like some old guy, wrinkly guy, old guy from Maine as like, well, kids on their phones, am I right? Put the phones down, young people.
A little bit. Actually, I was intrigued because the main character was a cartoonist that was trying to get a job, like with syndication and stuff. And I was like, oh, young up and coming cartoonist. I feel like that's kind of relatable. I'm a cartoonist. And then it's just like, oh, there's too much random stuff that's not building towards anything, and the suspense is getting killed. Sorry, Mr. King.
Kill.
What? I don't know. Sometimes his stuff is really good, but I guess when you make like a 10 trillion novels, though, you can't exactly have everyone be like finely tuned to like the optimum balance, you know. Like if you're producing
You
that
have
much,
one
I guess
finely
it's gonna be a little hit and miss probably.
But what if you had one? That was good.
He had more than one that was good. He's done a lot of cool stuff.
Ooh, Stephen King?
Yeah.
I thought there were actually a few good movies that he had made, or not made, but were made out of his books. I don't think he actually made them. I thought The Shining was good. I thought I thought the old It series was good for different reasons from the new one. The old It series was just kind of like funny,
Yeah.
and then it got like really gross when they went to the Chinese restaurant place.
I'm terrible. I forget the names of these, but there was one that was like a sort of a post-apocalyptic story. It was huge, but it was really good. Interesting the whole way through. I think my favorite Stephen King book
Is that the Dark Tower?
No, I've never read the Dark Tower series actually. I think my favorite one of his that I've read, I can't even remember what it was called. It was in high school, but it was one of his earlier books, and it was about vampires taking over a town. And I feel like it felt like one of his earlier novels because he was trying to maintain sort of like a cinematic pacing a little more consistently with a little more discipline. And it worked really well. It was like vampires taking over a town. Salem's Lot, I want to say. Maybe it's not Salem's Lot, but it's something like that.
Was Salem's Lot a Stephen King thing?
I don't know, but it was something about vampires, and the word Salem's Lot popped into my mind. But it might not be that. I don't know.
Who is this in chat? He hasn't. How goes the song?
Say what?
Orban Cat. Oh, that's Oh yeah, I know who that is. Yeah. Well, I got sick for quite a lot longer than I thought I would be sick. Everyone got sick. Apparently, everyone's gotten sick or is getting sick, is what I'm being told. And whatever I got sick with actually like congested my chest up so bad that it was hard to actually breathe. So I absolutely could not do any vocals, and that's pretty much all that's left to do. So I am giving myself a little bit of a wide berth here, to get completely over that. I'm still taking some medicine and stuff they have here, eating lots of well, I'm not eating lots of spicy foods. I'm drinking hot tea because it's hot in China right now. It is it's sweltering more than you would think, and you excuse me, you wouldn't believe, like, just that combined with like the weird air pollution stuff they have here. It is it's not a good environment for you to like recover from a sickness that's like respiratory.
Yeah,
So it took me a lot longer. I think I have been sick really for 2 weeks, but I'm kind of over it now, and I'm planning on starting back on that Monday. But the vocals are really the only thing that's kind of left to do, and unfortunately this is what kept me from doing them.
I was
Yeah,
telling
no
the
problem.
Other,
I am sorry it's taking like so much longer than we really kind of wanted it to take.
I was telling the other dealers about throat coat tea, and they hadn't heard of it. They thought I was talking about heavy drugs. Like
Oh, throat coat tea. Okay, I thought you said something very different.
Why did their
yeah,
mind jump to heavy drugs? Like, oh, a new kind of tea? Are you talking about meth, actually?
I don't know. Doesn't that take place in Florida, the convention you went to?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think drugs are pretty big there, right? Like, isn't that where all like the Haitians and the Cubans get off the boat for Vice City, like in Grand Theft Auto? They deliver all the cocaine and stuff.
I wouldn't know. I've never played.
No,
Grand Theft
Orlando is a
Auto.
happy, safe place. Mice and universals and dinosaurs.
With mice. That doesn't sound good.
She's talking about Mickey Mouse.
No, it's not.
Oh,
And, no,
yeah,
it's-
there's two. There are two of the Disney and the Universal places, aren't there? There's one in California, and then there's one in that
In
Florida
Orlando,
place,
Florida,
right?
yeah, and Florida.
Yeah, I always I
I
saw
don't think
like
we've ever been.
Disney Studios Orlando. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I didn't realize that. I kind of forget that there's two. Wait, isn't that like? Is it Orlando or is it like a different place? Like around Orlando,
No,
where
it's-
Disney
it's
actually
Orlando.
they had like their own city, like they had their own like weird like city state that wasn't like subject to many of the Florida laws.
Yeah, it is
or
Orlando.
something.
It is.
That is, they owned Orlando, Disney.
No, they didn't own it, but they owned like an area in there. Yeah.
Wow, that is. They own like a little. I remember someone said that whatever it was, it had like a strange name. It was like Smile or like the city name was like Smile City or Happiness City or something.
I think they called it Brisbane
Like
Land.
that.
Yeah.
Brisbane,
probably.
the happiest place in the universe. I went to Super Nintendo World for a day. Is there Super Nintendo World? I thought it was just like called Mario Land or something.
Now, is
I
there
think
a
they have that in
difference?
Japan as well.
Is there a difference between Nintendo World and Super Nintendo
Yeah.
World? Actually,
Is there a difference between? Is there a difference? Yeah, I'm also curious to hear if that's true.
it'd be kind of funny if there was. It's like, well, you went to Nintendo World. Sorry, man, you should have gone to Super Nintendo World.
Well, I've never been, but I think all they have is Mario World and then like Donkey Kong Country. Isn't that the whole thing?
No, there's way more games for the SNES. I'm sure. I'm not a Nintendo expert,
yeah.
but I'm sure there's a lot
I mean,
more.
in the land. I mean, in the land.
Oh, in the
Like, what else
land.
is there?
Oh,
I don't know what's in the land. I know that in Japan there's Mario Land, and they have like a lot of Mario stuff. I don't know if there's other Nintendo stuff. So what is the one in? Where is this place you went? Corbin Cat, where is this place you went? Is it like the Universal Studios place in Florida? Did you go to Megaplex? Did you go while you were there? You live there? Where'd he go?
Gone. Oh, the stream lag. It got him.
Oh boy.
He'll answer in 37 minutes when he hears the question, I'm sure.
Is the delay that bad from where you are?
No, I think it's actually not that bad. I just know it makes Q&A with
It's
the
called
chat a
Oh,
lot.
he
there we
said
go.
it's called Universal Epic Universe.
Epic
Might want to rethink that title.
The ooey. How do you abbreviate that ooey?
Universal Epic Universe. That's I don't know.
It sounds like
Sounds like
Marvel's
you're hitting a
supposed to-
deer call. Yeah. You remember the deer call things? Did you have those in America where if like you turn them upside down, they would go like.
It wasn't a deer call. It was like a toy for children.
Well, maybe there was a toy.
Maybe that's where the
maybe
toy came
that's
from.
what we had here. They just said they were deer call.
Maybe. Well, no, it was like a deer call, and then they put it in a tube, and it just makes a ridiculous noise when you turn it.
I miss those things. I don't even know how I'd find one. How would I Google like weird tube sound maker if I wanted to get my hands on one?
Look
Go
for
to the
deer
dollar
calls.
store.
Yeah.
It's not a kazoo.
A kazoo? No, not a
Oh.
kazoo. This was like a little, like a small tube. It was like the size of like half of like a soda can, or something. And you would turn it upside down, and then whatever, I don't know, like I never took one apart or anything. I never actually had one. It was just my uncle, but he would turn it upside down, and it would go like. And the idea was like you would do that once in a while, and so I guess that's the sounds that the deer make.
Well, I don't believe that.
I don't know.
I feel like a deer would be like, "Excuse me," if I accused a deer of that. But I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I sort of miss them.
I feel like Epic Universe is the name of
Pizza.
something Marvel's gonna sue for. That sounds like a movie title for them. Like their Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Epic Universe.
Epic Universe. Oh my god.
Has
I can't,
anybody?
well, it maybe it's a really great place, but Epic Universe is a pretty terrible name, especially when you have Universal in front of it. Like, you have
Universal Epic
Epic Universe.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds like a place
Yeah.
that people in South Park would go or something. But
Yeah, you know what? No,
maybe
that sounds like a 2025 idea.
that sounds probably a lot worse than the place actually is. The place is probably good. He said is there Korean barbecue there?
Nice.
Is that in the Universal? Is that in the Epic Universe?
Universal Epic Universe Land?
You got your red belt in karate today. Well, that's good. That'll help you hold your pants up with red.
Red belt.
Dave, I'm sorry I didn't get into all the nitty gritty detail on the landmass you're doing. I think it's a landmass.
No, you're good. It gives me something to play with.
Do you know what your colors are on this?
I have a vague idea in my head. It's based off of that one time we were driving through the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. There was a point where we were driving right along the Lake Michigan shore, and there was so much. There was a free comic book day up in Marquette at a comic shop.
Oh, geez.
And I forget
Yeah.
why, but we thought it was a good idea to drive there and go attend that. But there was this beautiful fog over the lake where the lake water looked just like totally almost monotone, and then it like there was no horizon. It just like faded off into like this perfect gradient of a haze, and it looks so cool. So I want to try to recreate that feeling a little bit here.
The sky was like gray. Was it like cloudy?
Yeah, it was super cloudy, but it was also like sort of like luminescent in light. So the light was coming through the clouds in an interesting way. I really liked it. It was cloudy, but you couldn't like I'm adding more detail to the clouds here, but in this drive that I remember, you couldn't even really see any cloud detail. It just looked sort of like you saw the shoreline, and then it just like it's like the scene just faded out into like a sort of a dull matrix tone. There's just like it was like there was nothing that existed beyond like 100 feet. It was really cool.
You should probably invest in one of those phones that has like a really nice camera on it. Guys, what are some mobiles or cell phones? Sorry, cell phones. What are some cell phones in America that Dave and Liz can get that are that have very nice cameras on them for them to take pictures?
Oh, jeez, we don't worry about that kind of thing.
Well, if
We can take pictures of this kind of stuff when you see it. You want to carry a big like DSLR camera around.
Plus,
Oh, no,
like
we don't.
occasionally I take like that's the only way we get a lot of our convention. Oh, Trumps, hello, yes, she's been so friendly
out?
today. Yeah, she's over here like
She's biting you.
not biting,
Is she
but like
licking?
tasting, licking. Like seriously, like I imagined like, well, it's a reptile. She's not gonna miss us that much. She's just gonna be hungry and want some food. She has actually been like acting as though she was lonely. She's coming over here and like putting her head on my foot and stuff and hanging out. And she's already full. We gave her a big meal, but she's coming over.
She ate a lot of salmon. Oh my goodness.
She's like wanting like pets and stuff. Usually she's like above it all, and she's like, pet by you, get out of here. But now she's, I don't know, she's actually acting clingy, which is kind of cute. I was not expecting that from a lizard.
I got her.
giving us looks like, you guys aren't gonna leave again, are you? It sucked. It's like,
No, just 51 days later.
it's like, I'm sorry. I think you would have been a little more upset if you were pulled out of your territory and you were just in totally bizarre settings that you had no frame of reference for. And, yeah, apparently we were missed. So that's very heartwarming. But yeah, we could use, like, Liz, you kind of need to get a new phone anyways, because yours is like
I know I do.
a spider web of
pisses
like
me off.
fractures on the screen.
Oh my
Great.
God, really?
It fell a couple times on concrete in various locations.
That'll do it.
There's a few times where Liz had a tumble and she broke her fall with the screen of the phone, like directly, like all of her mass would go right down on the phone screen.
And then I like threw it to the ground in the parking lot this weekend.
Yeah, that was kind of. I don't want to like laugh at you when that happens, but it was sort of comical, the speed at which it was just like BAP, straight into the concrete.
Oh my God.
It's like, what happened, Liz? Are you okay? It's like, yes, I'm fine. Okay, cool. Why did you do that? But yeah, so we probably and we only a lot of the commissions at conventions, we only get a record of them by taking a photograph with the phone anyway, so it would not hurt to have a little bit of a beefier phone.
There are cases you can get that have like protective casing on the front.
We'll just put the whole thing in a bubble. You'll be fine.
I don't know.
Well, how was I have not heard yet how I kind of forgot that you were going on this convention because I've just sort of been swamped with things here. But like, how was that? Was it really hot there?
You know what? The whole place is in a hotel and it's really air conditioned, so we don't know if it was hot out. It rained a lot though. Like in order to get the car out of the parking garage, we had to go under an awning, and there was a lot of rain this weekend. It was actually scheduled to rain the entire weekend, I think, but it was okay.
That is one of the nice things. Is like once our loadout is done and everything's in the vendor's room, it's like we don't have to be outside for the whole convention. It's so huge there though. I don't know if I've ever been inside of a building that big before. It's like it feels like you're walking a mile to the vendor's room from the hotel room, and it's just all indoors.
Is that not the place they usually have it?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere else?
Well, I mean, no, they have it at the same place, but they moved the dealer den to be closer, so it wasn't such a long walk, which was very helpful.
Yeah, I do like it. It's also closer for the attendees, I think, so it felt like there was more traffic going through the room. Man, like there was how many people were there this year? It was
over 10,000.
Yeah, they grew 40% from last year. 40% growth in a year.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
I have never heard of a convention growing that quickly before. That's insane levels of growth.
Oh, Willie Silver says Google Pixel is another good phone, but I don't know about that.
Because they said what now?
Oh, Willie Silver's talking about phones. He says Google Pixel's good. I don't know. Google's phone. I don't trust big companies that much, but I have an Android, so I don't know what any of it is. And then Samsung has decent Android phones.
Android is Google.
Oh.
Womp, womp,
yeah.
womp.
If you have an Android phone, you have Google. You don't. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you trust them or not, unless you put some other like aftermarket OS on the phone, which there's things you'll have to do when you buy the phone to make that happen.
It's too advanced.
But I don't trust big companies.
It probably sounds like that, yeah, but it's not really like it's less crazy than you might think.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and if you do that, you don't have to worry about Google ever again.
It's probably going to be whatever is closest to where we live that we go to. Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna do the harvesting tonight. We were out of town, so we couldn't get the sketch of the month and the fan art polls. It's not on Patreon because we haven't collected it yet, but we will today. So Hazen, Dave is calling this one Golden Shores, and he wants to do the water in like a gold color, and I'm not really crazy about that.
You will love it when it's done.
Golden Shores?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just the file name. I'm not sure if I'm gonna call the setting that.
I think that some people may get a little confused.
I just don't like the color.
Well, gold does not look like gold until you actually like shade it and add like the sparkle and the shine and like the darkness and stuff. So
He's like, wait until it's
right
done.
now. It looks like a big lake made out of beer,
True.
like an amber ale.
That's kind of nice.
yeah, it actually kind of segues with the concept behind the setting a little bit, but I don't want to get too spoilery about Ascension stuff.
Beer ocean.
Beer ocean.
Is this Ascension art we're looking at right now?
Yep, I'm making some art for the Ascension lore book.
Oh,
Prettying things up.
how is it coming along?
Good. It would be further along, except I did so many CouchCon commissions that kind of knocked a month out of the summer for me. But I think it's actually going to be.
Yeah,
I think it's going to turn out to be a good thing in the long run because it let me. It let the concept bake a little longer, and then I came up with like a new angle on how to assemble the lore book that I really like. So I think it's going to be better for having just a little bit of time to like simmer while I did commissions.
Yeah, but it just got more complex because, of course, it did.
Well, it's more layers, but I don't think it's actually going to add anything to the workload. It's just going to be like a question of like how is it done, as opposed to, it's not like increasing the level of content significantly.
Oh, EMV, we missed you. We missed you so much. We were just talking about how much we missed you, but now you're here, so we don't miss you.
Yeah, we were. I missed you most of all. In fact, who are you again?
Yeah. It's EMV.
Oh, EMV, my favorite YouTuber.
Everyone's favorite electric motor vehicle. I don't know.
My favorite Let's Player, EMV.
See, the thing is, when you do all of the land in like a gray, it starts to look very moon-like, Dave.
Yeah, it's not done yet though. I've still got to work with a lot of stuff. I'm gonna get the character blocked in now.
It's not done, woman.
I mean, you can try telling her that. See if it works better when you say it.
No, I happen to know that it's better to tell you to change things in production than when it's done, because you get really mad.
Oh, okay. That sounds like me.
I'd be mad too. Nothing is worse than that. Yeah, like when you send what is it? What's the word for it? Like when it's steps. When you send someone things in like steps that are completed.
Sort of like work in progress.
It's not intermittent. No, it's WIP is like one thing, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's iterative. Yeah, when you send iterative steps to like a customer or something, and they get them and they're just like, these are great, and then you send them the final thing and they're like, what? This is all bad. It's all wrong. I need all of it changed.
No, I know, and they sign off on it. The customer signs off on it, and
what the fuck is going through your head when I'm showing you these steps? Then, because that's literally that is like showing someone the foundation of a house you've built for them, and they're like, yes, this is the right size, and then you build the house and the walls. Okay, is this like you want the frame? Yeah, this is it. I like it. And then you go to put the walls on and the flooring, and they're just like, this house is all wrong. I don't like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you not see, like, how are you unable to imagine the finished thing when you look at this and then so confidently say that it is what you want?
I don't know. There are people find a way. Even back when I was doing freelance primarily, when I jumped out of art college, I even had a system where I would have the client sign off on the different stages of production and explain, okay, here's the stage of the animation where you see the model. And so this is like what the shape of the, I'd explain like what a model is and that this is the shape of the character, yada yada. And they'd be like, let us know if you want any changes, but if you like this, then go ahead and sign off, and then this will be what the character is shaped like. And I'd do it again for like the texturing and rough animation and stuff. And so you think, okay, at every step of the way, they've had it very clearly explained, and they've approved it, and so it should be good. But then you get to the end of the whole thing, and lo and behold, they're like, all right, well, why isn't the character fat? And it's like, what? Yeah, we were like, why isn't the
isn't
character?
the character fat?
That's
That was a real thing.
yeah, I can't make that up. That's a real
he
thing.
eats healthy.
It's like because this is the shape the character is. Okay, well, we wanted it to be more fat. It's like, yeah, but you signed off on the modeling stage of this, right? Oh, I guess we did, yeah, but we wanted him to be more fat, just so you know. It's like, oh, okay.
Just so you know.
That actually was one of the things that helped me be like, you know what? I think I'm going to quit freelance completely. I'd rather just have a Joe job, and then all of the art I do can be Dreamkeepers, and I can focus on that and try to get Dreamkeepers off the ground a little more rapidly.
Yep, and so we did.
And that is what we did.
And then you worked hard and got really lucky, and now you did get it off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was easier, I think, just having like a security guard job, because I was able to focus all of my artistic energy on my actual goal. I didn't have to worry
and when
about.
When you were at the security job, you were able to think about story and character and plot and everything.
Yeah, even like sometimes if I was lucky enough to be at a site where I could like draw, if it was like a night shift, I could even get some production done. But even if I was like standing around a parking garage or something, I could still just like let the gears turn and like chew on story concepts and like lore and like the premise of the narrative and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I liked my pink water better. I think the pink water looked good.
I know. I'm gonna try it out with that in the final version. I'll do some color switches.
Mm-hmm. Fat, pretty hot and thick. Chad is on fire tonight.
That's EMV for you. Oh, EMV.
This is the building where they turned off the heat at night. Yeah, that one of the job sites I had, they would turn off the heat at night because we were just security guards, not like humans.
Who cares if you freeze to death? Yeah.
Yeah, so we'd have to bring a little portable heater to put under the desk, but then they're like, no, actually, we don't want you to have that. Okay.
So what is the lore of this, like? There aren't. I guess there. Well, I don't know if the.
Can't tell you.
What is the plan with Ascension? Like, are there characters in the core book, or are you doing a separate like campaign thing, like most of the like pen and paper things do, or?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What we're doing primarily is exactly like you said. We're gonna have a lore book that is because we've been wanting to make a lore book for Dreamkeepers for a while, just like aside from Ascension. So this is kind of the opportunity to get that out there. And then, but I've always sort of thought, if I'm putting together a big lore book that talks about like the creatures and the settings and like the different like features of Andoruna and like the faction, like if I'm doing that, and if I also want to eventually do like a roleplay game, it would seem to make sense for those to be the same book, It's like the lore book, just add a bunch of numbers on things, and then poof, it's also like a functional part of a roleplay game. So it's going to be the lore Bible and core rulebook for Ascension, which is the Dreamkeepers roleplay system we're developing. And then on top of that, we're developing the first campaign, which is The Lost Sun. So that'll be a separate book. And then that way, if people get a kick out of it, if enough people like it and they want more campaigns, we could potentially publish more Dreamkeepers campaigns, and you could just use the same core rulebook to sort of like be the spine of that experience. And I mean, people could also use the lore book to make their own campaigns if they wanted to. That's one of the nice, hopefully one of the nice side effects of it is it's going to make it a lot easier for people to kind of develop fan fiction, and it just gives you way more world to explore. Just all sorts of fun landscapes and features, and it puts it on the map so you know where everything is relative to other civilizations and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think I've ever seen like a sort of a property or whatever you want to call it that's more. Well, they may be out there, but I've not seen them. But Dreamkeepers is one of the most like supportive of like fan content type stuff I've seen. Like It sounds like like you said, you're literally building the core rule book of the pen and paper thing to be like sort of more of a thing people can use to sort of nail down the lore that's supposed to exist in the world, so they can use the setting for fan stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know people can glean a lot from the graphic novels, and plus we put like tons of lore on the website too. But it's just gonna be nice to, because in the graphic novel story, you don't want to like stop a story and be like, hey, by the way, here's some exposition that goes into like the background of the culture of like why these people are elected and what their term lengths are and blah 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 blah. Like that exposition like that will just derail the momentum of a story. So you can't dump that stuff in your plot. So I think people reading
that's stupid to do.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff to know, but it's like it's sort of it's the foundation of a lot of the story that happens. It supports the world and how things work, but we don't necessarily stop and like articulate every bit of it in the graphic novels. So that'll be another nice feature of the lore book, is it's actually an opportunity to stop and explicitly be like, oh hey, if you wanted to know more detail about why everything works the way it does, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really hate when people do like a stupid exposition dump. Like I've probably talked about Inuyasha on here before, the show, that old
really, I remember
show. You may not remember. For those of you who have never heard me bitch about this 20 fucking year old anime, Inuyasha was like a very interesting show for like the first 3 episodes, and then I don't remember if it's the first 3. It's like there's a number of episodes where they actually go into like the mythical feudal Japan world that's in the well, or I say I think Kagome is the only one that actually goes there. Everyone else is already there, but she goes and meets Inuyasha, puts the necklace on him, and then like they sort of they're forced to sort of like stick together and pair up, and they have all these interesting like villains and stuff. It was like a Yu Yu Hakusho type of thing. You know how like in Yu Yu Hakusho the villains weren't just like, I'm gonna beat everyone up, I'm gonna rule the world. They were like interesting. They like, some of them had their own motivations for things that get like sort of, you get like a little taste of those. But there was like a villain in Inuyasha that had she was, it was, I don't know if it was a she, it was just called like the faceless mother, and the villain would just take the shape of your mother and like lure you in like a siren or something, and like it was luring Inuyasha in, and it was like it like sucks the person like into their body, and like I think just like digests them and becomes part of them and gets all their powers or something. I don't remember exactly like what all it does. Hold on 1 second.
Dave, are you winging those colors, or are you getting a reference?
I don't think we have a reference for Carrix, do we?
We don't have a reference. I was going to pull out a prelude where somebody's riding one to drop off a letter to V or Bobby.
Yeah, I remember that.
There's also one in volume 2, I think.
I think by the end of the lore book, we might have refs for their colors, because I want to get some color on the animals, like the fauna page.
Oh, no.
I think EMV it had an opportunity to really be an awesome classic, but it's just not. It like there's a point, I think, and I don't remember how many episodes this is in the like season 1 of the show, but like there is like a point where the little fox got Shippo. He jumps at like they're literally like running towards like a burning city, a burning town, or a burning village, and they're trying to save people. And he jumps out in front of them, and they're like, "Whoa, who are you, little guy?" And then he's like, "My name's Shippo, and here's my entire backstory. And open your mouth, I'm gonna bark it right down like a baby bird. Here we go." He just cannot stop talking about like all his stupid exposition and backstory shit. And it just reminded me of like when people try to write like a comic on fucking DeviantArt or something, and they don't know how to write. And they just want everyone to see how cool their stupid backstory is, as if that's like the crown jewel, the centerpiece of any character, is that my character has a really interesting backstory. Really, I don't care. Is there any way we can read about what the character is doing now? Can we see the story unfold instead of that? Like Rumiko Takahashi understands that like concept as well, because she's made a lot of animes where that wasn't the case, and they were just funny and better than that, you know. And Inuyasha was just like, I don't know if it was the studio influencing what she was doing or what, but it just wasn't for the entire time of Inuyasha. After that, it is characters jumping out and doing that shit, or it is them like, let's go look for Naraku, and then like every episode within 5 seconds, oh, here's a side quest because this is like a video game now, and then they just go do some stupid side quest that does nothing for them. They get no extra like power to fight him with or anything, and then like once every 5 or 6 episodes they'll find him and they'll fight him and kick his ass, and then he'll just float away into fart dust, and they'll be like, oh no, that wasn't really him, that was one of his shadows. Like, just get on with it, get on with the fucking story and end your show. You don't, it's 200 plus episodes in this fucking anime, and that is why, because there's 90% of it is fucking filler and fat. Fuck Inuyasha. That's my message to everyone on the internet. It's not good. You remember it being good because it was on Adult Swim and there's nothing else to watch. It wasn't good though. Sorry.
This show is not for you. You're not the target audience.
I'm definitely not the target audience. The target audience is like 14-year-old girls.
You should go back to My Little Pony. Go back to My Little Pony.
Know about. Inuyasha, yeah. Women love Inuyasha. I've never met a woman who watched anime who did not love Inuyasha.
I'm hearing a woman's voice on here. Besides me, it's weird. I hear laughter.
It's
it's one of my neighbors.
It's my inner monologue.
Yeah, I'm at like a expat place now, so there's like other people from like UK, America.
Weird.
I guess she overheard me talking about Inuyasha.
It's a hot topic. You got to be careful where you utter those words.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'd be possible to like do an abridged version of it where like someone just cuts out all the filler and they have like a nice tight little series.
Pokemon did that worse. Pokemon maybe had done that worse, but like Pokemon is like based on a game. So like it makes sense that they would, you know, it's not good. I'm not excusing that they did this, but it makes sense that they would go on side quests or like have distractions and things. Pokemon is also aimed at like really young children too. So like I give them a little more, I give them a little more rope for that. I don't know what the saying is.
So what's the target audience for My Little Pony?
For My Little Pony, I think they thought it was going to be 4-year-old girls.
Oops.
It turned out not to be that, and they're very they were very at first loving about like this new audience and sort of embraced it, and then now they seems like they're really trying to get rid of them, and they're finding out kids don't actually like the show very much. Sorry Hasbro, if you hire Q from Star Trek Next Generation to be the bad guy in your show, guess what? A lot of hairy old men are going to be like, I love John Delancey. I'm coming to see the show now. He said he got emails from people. That was one of the funniest things about one of those documentaries. He was speaking on the documentary and he said something to the effect of like, I told my wife that I was getting all these emails from fans, and she said, oh, well, I can't believe little girls are emailing you. And I looked at her and I said, these are not little girls. And I always wanted to ask him. I have always wanted to. John Delancey, if you're out there, I want to ask you this question. What in those emails gave that away so clearly to you?
They probably said their age or their job or like.
Oh my God, maybe they did. Yeah, I don't know how people were emailing John Delancey in the first place.
I work at a video store. I don't know how you do that either.
Yeah.
The subject line is just all caps. I'm not a little girl, and then you get into the body of the email after that.
I just want you to know, good sir, that I'm not a young girl.
That's how I start all my emails.
Adult male. How is China? China sucks. It is very hot. I can't say that too loud. Sorry. I hope no one heard me say that. Yeah, China is great. I love China. No, it is. It's not. I want to go home. I want out. It's not great. It's hot and the air is I don't really want to leave this place I'm in because I'm scared the air. I'm scared one, I'll make someone sick. I'm scared.
I've seen photos where it looks like
make me sick again.
I've seen photos where the smog just looks like insufferable there.
It's not, yeah, it's not like that every day, but like there are definitely days where like if you check the weather, or if you like, you know, watch the little like hotel weather, like local, this is what's going on and where you're at, you know, it will tell you like, hey, wear your mask today, because there's just so much shit in the fucking air that you won't be able to breathe normally without it, and it could make you sick or kill you.
I don't know anything about China. I've seen some photos from Japan that look pretty crazy though, although like really, really tight hotels.
There's same country basically.
I think
here. China, Japan's
yeah,
same thing. If you tell that to people from there, they'll be like, yeah, pretty much. We're the same. No difference.
Yeah. I think they were on the same side in World War II even.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. But they have those hotels here. I don't know. Maybe they're in lots of places, even not in like Asian countries, but they have those hotels here. Like the ones where it's like a morgue. Like you... they open the door and you basically have like a little sort of like a scissor lift, and they have like 3 to 4 like not stories, but like they have like what is a column that is like 3 to 4 rows high, and then you get on this little thing, and then you just like sort of crawl into your they're sometimes called capsule hotels, but you don't really, I guess they don't really say that here, or whatever it is that they call them, it doesn't translate to the capsule. I don't know. I've been here longer than I want to be here, but I still can't read and write any Chinese, but that is essentially what they are. Yeah. And it's actually it's cool. It's just like you have enough space to have a bed. There's communal showers and bathrooms and all that, and then there's like USB things above you and to the side where you can like plug in your stuff. There's some of them have like a little phone holder thing, I guess, so you can like have your phone like right in your fucking face if you need that, like while you're asleep. I don't know who could sleep like that, but they have that. So, well, you know, great if you are a person who really needs their phone on their face all the time to sleep. Fire code violation in the U.S. Is that like, well, the capsule hotels, like, are they more likely to catch on fire there?
It sounds like it's a Dragon Ball Z thing. It's like, I just figured out a new Capsule Corp product, hotels.
Yeah. Yeah, that did make me think of that when that one guy said, "What about Bo?" said capsule hotels. China and Japan hate it. Yes, they not as much as I think they used to, but like if you talk to old Chinese people here about Japan, they will quickly get angry. I'll put it that way. So I'm, you know, I ask them sometimes as a joke,
out there.
Yeah, if I want them to stop talking to me or something, or I'm trying to go somewhere. But you don't usually have that problem here, especially if you're not Chinese and you're a foreigner. Like people, I don't know, I don't want to say they're rude, but they're not super interested in like building rapport with you, I guess.
Oh no, Corbin, he can't give his location. I'm sorry, we're not going into that.
Oh yeah, well I'm in one of the cities, obviously. What would I be doing somewhere rural? But yeah, I don't know if I want to like triangulate or anything.
EMV has a childhood hero, Godzilla. That's a very tall childhood hero. Hug him. Hug his toe.
I want to birthplace of my childhood hero, Godzilla. Did you see that old Godzilla cartoon from America a long time ago? Like it was in the 90s.
Oh yeah, that was after
Men in Black people.
That was after the Matthew Broderick movie, right?
Yeah.
It was. I think it was that Godzilla, and it was the Men in Black people. The like whatever Warner Brothers studio did that. They had all I remember was like something bad would happen. It was all about this team of human people, which was like stupid and boring. And then something bad would happen to them, and then Godzilla would like show up to save them, and the white guy who was like the leader of them go, Godzilla!
Every episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, every episode that I remember. I didn't watch very many of them. It was not a good show
I
by any
understand
stretch
the
of the
color scheme.
imagination.
The color scheme on
Scheme.
that show just bothered me.
I have to imagine if
I don't remember. What was it like?
Grays and browns.
Grays and browns on the
like the Men in
Godzilla
Black
show?
one.
Really?
Yeah, I thought so. Like the Men in Black show, yeah.
It was a relatively muted palette, if I'm remembering right, and I think it's because they wanted it to kind of like come off as a little more realistic, or like take us seriously. We're not just another cartoon. You know, we use
goal
gray.
to have in mind for your Godzilla cartoon realism.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't remember it being so muted, but I didn't really watch it, so I'm not gonna like. I'm certainly not gonna sit here and act like I am an authority on the fucking Godzilla cartoon.
I think it's the same studio that did Wild Thornberrys, and I hate that style too.
Klasky Shupo? I don't think so.
I don't think it was Klasky Supo. No.
Like the Rugrats studio, they have such a distinctive look. I don't.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. I'd say no. It was
like they did Team Rocket.
Extreme Ghostbusters.
They did Unreal Monsters. Yeah, remember Team Rocket? Rocket Power!
No, yeah, the Pokemon villains. I remember Team Rocket. You're talking about Rocket Power.
Rocket Power. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got it wrong.
Yeah,
I never watched
your 90s classic Supo cartoons, right? Dave God.
No, we're not talking about Godzilla the animated series from 1978. We're talking about the 1990-2000 one.
There was a 1978 animated series?
Yeah, I had a little brother named Godzuki. That's not that wasn't this. This was a cartoon that I remember was really trying to take itself very seriously.
Yeah.
In a lot of really strange ways that didn't make any sense.
And Dave got the Team Rocket wrong. He was thinking of the Rocket Power show. It's not just
Full disclosure, I was not a fan of Rocket Power because I was like, these kids seem obnoxious, and then I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I can't relate to that.
It was
I'm
not good.
obnoxious. You couldn't relate to it. You're not obnoxious.
No, they were all about like skateboarding and not getting good grades, and I was like, that's the opposite of me.
Was it the 90s? Was it the 90s?
Yeah, they were all about like being, extreme, spelled with an X, which is not correct actually.
Based off 1998 movie. That I remember. That's the one I think we're talking about, and yeah, they'll come like if you're a foreigner here, they'll come and like if you're like obviously being obnoxious about like something to do with like history or something, like they'll like I've not seen people be arrested, but I've seen people like police come and like talk to people about things. But it's just strange. It's strange some of the things you can get arrested for here, and like some of the things that you like they like do I don't know how to like really phrase it, but like for instance, if you're at a bar, like at bars, I've been out at bars with like people that I work with and stuff, and police will just come by to a bar and they will just like take drug test kits out, and they'll be like, hey, everyone in this bar has to line up here and do a drug test, and people will just get up and do these drug tests. And like they tested a guy for the drug thing, and he was from like Norway or somewhere. I don't know. He wasn't from Amsterdam. He was like from somewhere up where like Norway and Sweden and everything is. And he did the drug test and he tested positive, but it was like it was obvious from the test results that it was because he had smoked marijuana while he was in Scandinavia or somewhere like that. But they said, oh well, you tested, this is obviously like that you did this weeks ago before you got here, but this is a positive test, so now we're going to arrest you and deport you. So they arrested him, and he, like, the last I heard from him was that he had landed back wherever it was he was from. Jeez. And he said they arrested me and I was in like a jail for 2 weeks and I couldn't like contact anyone to let them know what was going on, and finally they let me contact someone so that they could like help me get like a arrange for me to land somewhere there.
They can keep people that long without a trial or anything? That's crazy.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's just the way they do things here, I guess. But it is very autocratic. It is despite the fact that of some of the claims of what they say things are like, the social credit thing, that's real. The police have absolute control over everything. The state has absolute control over everything, and to a lot of people, the state is sort of also the religion here. And I don't want to get too deep into that, but like, it's very different from other places, and
Big Brother listening?
there are, yeah, well, all the time, yeah. But there are advantages to that, whereas you have, you know, things are obviously that would lead to some advantages, right? There's more order, there's less crime, there's less people just walking around the street on heroin or whatever, than you see in some other places. But obviously, it would be inarguable, unthinkable to say that there's not obvious disadvantages to that as well, depending on what sort of civilization you want to shape, right? So this is the civilization they want to shape. So they're doing things the way they want to do them. That's the best way I think I can say that.
So they probably don't have like a lot of streamers doing pranks there, if that's the way they run things.
Thank goodness.
Oh, there's one that went to Korea. I think he's in Korean jail, or maybe prison now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thankful. See, there's an advantage right there. You don't have
you know what?
kooky cartoon character people coming.
I just couldn't do it because, like, if I go to McDonald's, I have to be able to read the menu. I can't just be like, I need a picture menu. I can't handle this burger.
You don't know what you want at McDonald's before you go?
I usually do, but like if I was in China, I wouldn't know what they have at the restaurant.
They have noodles at the McDonald's here too. You can get like noodles. I got them once. They were okay. I'm not a big noodle fan. I've never met a white woman who wasn't a big fan of noodles and stuff though. So, like, you probably would like noodles. Do you like noodles?
It depends on the noodle. Like I don't think ramen's a real noodle.
I don't think ramen you get in the weird bricks at Walmart is probably real. I don't. There is real ramen, yeah.
Okay. I haven't actually eaten at like a ramen restaurant though. I've seen them though.
I've never eaten at one either. I'm not a big ramen fan. I'm not a big soup guy.
Dave ate a lot of ramen in college. That was like his staple thing. He had a big.
Oh, that's why you got MS later.
That's probably it. It's an after effect.
The microplastics.
After effect from all the ramen.
Destroying you.
Thought I could get away with building the ramen empire, but I could not.
Nice.
Was it North or South Korea he got in trouble in? I don't think they allow streamers to go to North Korea. I'm gonna have to say I think it's South.
Hey guys, I'm coming to you live from North Korea. Hey, help! That's about how those streams go, I think.
Maybe that's what I'll do before I leave here. I'll go down to North Korea and stream live for you guys on Twitch or whatever. What's like the big stream? Kick, yeah. I'll go on Kick. I'll stream there. I'll show you all the great achievements of the little world leader, whatever fat Korean guy leads North Korea now. I don't know which one it is. It's Kim Il Sung, Kim Jong Un, and now there's like that guy had a heart attack too, or whatever.
I think it's Kim Kong.
So I think there's Kim Kong, yeah. Kim Kong Donkey, I think, is the guy now who runs the place. He maybe not, maybe he's next in line, but yeah, I'll go and stream with him. We'll do a little like what's up, just chatting type stream.
It's so weird that
IRL streaming.
North Korea is so close to like K-pop central with that music.
North Korea is not K-pop central. I mean
it's near it. I said it's near.
It's near, yeah. They're both in Korea, yeah. They're neighbors, but
I know it's just ridiculous.
They had at one point, I think, when Donald Trump was president the first time. I think when he was president the first time, he he went to North Korea and like talked to whoever was. I think it was the same guy, and they worked something out, and like the people from South Korea, there was like a K-pop group from South Korea that came to North Korea to perform. I guess as like a hey, look, we're all the same, or something. But the North Koreans were not big fans. At least not on camera. They would not act like they liked it. So.
Well, I think if they acted like they liked it on camera, they'd have problems later because it's supposed to be like, no, our civilization is totally superior. Do not act like you're impressed by them because we're the cool ones. Don't act like they're the cool ones. Oh, you acted like they're the cool ones. Now I have to like throw you in prison for 5 years to punish you.
Kim Jong-un is still leading North Korea. Well, no, who was Kim Jong-il was the guy after he was Kim Il-sung's son. Yeah, it is Kim Jong-un. You're right. It's Kim Jong-il and then Kim Jong-un. Yeah, okay. Trump was the first Western leader to meet with the Korean dictator. Was he? I never knew that. I knew that he did meet with him, but I didn't know that none of the other, like, no one really? No one went there? They were just, like, not allowed to go, I guess. But he let Donald Trump go for some reason. Okay.
Did he call him Rocket Man?
Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-il was the Team America. Yeah, okay, I remember, yeah.
That's my major reference point for
Kim Jong-il, Kim Jong-un.
That is actually my major reference point for Middle Asian politics. Is like, well, what's the Team America situation on that?
Yeah, no, really though. Yeah, like that's how I remember is Team America. And then Helen Hunt went to North Korea to protect him. I remember that. That really happened too.
Killed by panthers.
Yeah. And then she was killed. They were all killed by panthers because the empath Asian woman was like, "Oh, they are your enemy" or something. I don't remember what she said.
There was acting.
Kim Jong-un was in the interview. Yeah, also a pretty good movie. Not the real Kim up here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine if they got the real Kim on Jong-un?
I heard that the actor, like that the news was using his image by mistake.
I think that was something when that movie came out. Yeah, I think that did happen.
Mm-hmm. And then he probably had people be like, "Get out of here, Kim Jong-il!" And he's like, I played him in a film. Please stop literally casting stones at me.
I'm not really Kim Jong-un, but I do play one on TV.
I play one.
Yeah, I remember I got the DVD of Team America and I was watching it and I was like looking at the commentary section of it.
Yeah.
For those of you who grew up on Netflix, they used to sell these little round things called DVDs. You'd put them in your PS2 and you could watch them like the movies on a disc. Wow. And they would also have extra content that you could access. Like you could play the movie and the audio track would be like the movie audio, very faint and low. And then they would have like people who worked on the movie, usually like directors or some of the actors that would come in and they would talk about the movie and what it was like making it. In this one, they said when the scene came where Kim Jong-il was singing the "I'm So Lonely" song, they had him. What did they say? Yeah, Matt and Trey were doing the commentary, and they said that their dream was to have the Kim Jong-il actually come to America to like accept an award, like an Emmy or whatever, a Tony, for like an Academy Award for his performance, as though he really did do that, and then also perform that song, like the Oscars. That's what it was.
They could never do it.
If anyone could do it, it would be them because it would just be so funny. But
I still buy DVDs. I still buy DVDs. I collect them.
You still buy DVDs? Where do you get them?
Amazon.
The Replay store.
They sell them and do they still sell those there? Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Goodwill.
I know.
Everything is Blu-ray. Yeah. Everything is Blu-ray here, and if you don't want to get Blu-ray, then you don't get anything.
I know that I know in some other countries some of the DVDs don't work because it's like a different format, and that's
they're region locked.
Yeah, with the anime that you have to get the right one.
Yeah, that is so stupid. That's
Oh,
so
the
that
Walmart
people can't
$5
like
bin.
import things.
Yeah.
Someone could deep fake the hell out of that. Yeah, someone should do that. Someone should make this 20-year-old joke come to life for real with AI. Last DVD I watched was MTV's Aeon Flux. Oh yeah, you probably did get that for $5.
In the $5 bin that
I
you dig through.
I can't. I think the only thing people really liked about that show was that it really did have some good animation, but the show itself and the actual artwork of like how they would draw the characters is just awful looking to me. I never understood why it had such a cult following. I think it literally is just the animation really, like everything else was not good, but the animation was actually like really good. It was pretty phenomenal at points.
Yeah, places still have DVD and Blu-ray, Hazen. It's not complete streaming now.
Not here.
Well, oh, true. I'm sorry, but to be fair, I don't see a lot of DVDs at Myers anymore. But Walmart has them.
At where?
Walmart has them.
Walmart has DVDs. I would expect Walmart to have DVDs. Yeah. Art was atrocious, but the voice acting was top notch. I don't know. I don't really remember much about the voice acting.
I remember being in Walmart in Ohio and seeing people using food stamps, but then like loading up on the DVDs.
How dare they?
How do you buy a DVD with food stamps? Are they eating them?
No, I mean they're using the food stamps on their food, but then they're spending their real money on DVDs.
Oh. I need assistance so I can buy a hamburger. I also need this Aeon Flux DVD. Please help me, government. Help me buy the food.
You sound like Freakazoid.
I still have boxes full of VHS tape. Yeah, VHSs really did that. They were like a vibe that just no one has really replicated. Like I've seen people do animations and they throw a VHS filter on them, and I don't know why they turn it up so much. Like I think they just used to watch VHSs on like a really shitty, cheap like Shrek TV or something when they were kids.
I think we did that on our Tectonic review for Lackadaisy. We turned up the VHS filter because it was just like I like the texture of it, but I think we might have gone a little overboard. I think I'll tone it back the next time we do a Tectonic.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember how that looked, honestly. I remember doing the voice lines for it. It's difficult for me to watch things that I'm in sometimes. Because you know I'm such a good actor like Johnny Depp, you know. But but for real, I do understand his thing where he doesn't like to watch things that he's in because it's like drawing. Like when I used to draw, one of the reasons I stopped drawing was because like, and this happens with music as well. Like when I create something from scratch, when I listen to it, all I can ever hear, unless it's perfect, all I can ever hear is just everything that is wrong with it, every mistake. All I ever see when stuff I draw is like all the mistakes that I made that I need to improve on.
That's too bad.
It sucks the magic and fun out of it when it's like that. I never could do battle with that demon and win, but I just have to, persevere.
Yeah. I don't think I have whatever that issue. Like I look at my stuff and I can see imperfections and things, but I'm just like, oh yeah, that's where I was then, and the fact that I can perceive these means I'm kind of like moving forward. So I guess that's good. And then
that is like a sign that you're able to move forward and stuff. And I think if I stuck with music, it's less now because I guess I've just gotten over it some, but like. Or just gotten good at what I do so much that it's not
keep
like
moving. You keep like thinking forward about what the next thing is.
I think it is just like a hump you have to get over as a creator. I mean, you don't want to be one of these people who draws like total shit, and then they're just like, my stuff is really good. I don't understand why no one likes it.
Oh, so they're talking about full-size VHS tape. They're talking about full-size VHS tapes. I remember the little tapes for the camcorder, and then there was the special VHS tape that like sat in, so you could play it in a VCR. But if you didn't have the big tape, you couldn't watch your own stuff. And we did all of our animations and videos at art college.
Oh yeah, they put us into this like weird format of video that then immediately went extinct after we graduated. It's like thanks for.
And then
for that.
actually, we had a collection of those. We couldn't even watch our own. We couldn't even watch our own stuff. And then like we had the fire, so now it's just completely gone anyway.
Yeah, it like wasn't VHS, it wasn't DVD.
That's not funny, but that's so funny.
It wasn't Blu-ray. It wasn't even digital. It was like some weird fucking like micro cassette, like godforsaken, misbegotten, in between bastard child technology that just immediately like necked itself after existing for the 4 years we were in college.
So shitty. They had the worst technology.
Yeah, and then so all of our like student films and stuff was on that, and yeah, and then now poof, goodbye.
It doesn't matter. I remember like saving those, hoping someday we'd be able to watch them or remove them to DVD.
No, somehow. I remember that. I remember it's like, well, you know what? Maybe someday we can figure out how to put this shit onto like the DVD or a computer, or we'll buy a converter from like eBay or something. But someday we'll be able to look at our student films, and it's like, nope, there's toast. I think the only people that it can still.
Hey, Dragon Law should be chicken tending on Twitter.
Chicken tending on Twitter?
Chicken tending.
What's chicken tending on Twitter?
It's like trending except chicken.
That chicken tending as a verb could probably go a few ways. That's not one of the definitions I expected. You could be tending chickens. You could be making chicken tenders out of chickens.
Yes.
But like it's trending, but just with chicken in front of it and the R removed.
There is a guy who films himself sitting in his car eating chicken tenders and rating them, and he has.
There's one. That's a definition. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a chicken tender.
He wears a shirt that just says like, "I'll have the tenders." Yeah.
Is that little vampire guy that like does food review?
I think so. In his car. I'm talking about the breading on chicken tenders.
I think he's done them in his car.
Yeah.
Why do people film in their car? It seems like that would be not an interesting setting. Like
I want to know too. They're usually crazy.
Well, it's YouTube. Yeah. I don't know. He wears this. If this is the guy I'm thinking about, he wears like a suit when he goes to like McDonald's.
No, I don't think so.
That seems like a very like.
This guy just
very
wears
furry thing to do.
A very large shirt that says, "I'll have the tenders."
I'll have the tenders.
He only rates chicken tenders. He only rates chicken tenders in his.
Oh no, yeah, the guy I'm thinking about, the review tech. No, what is his name? It's like, his channel name is not. It's a report of the week. Yeah, it's something like report of the week. People call him Review Bruh. It's not like report of the week has nothing to fucking do with him eating fast food and telling you if it's fucking trash or not. Like, but that's like his channel name. But the guy I'm thinking about is like a little like rodent looking guy. He just eats food in a suit, in like a 3-piece suit, for no reason. And then he picks apart things with his fingers and like talks about whether it's good or bad. He reviews way more than chicken tenders though.
No, this is one guy who only does chicken.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm just saying he's weird. Why would you wear a suit to McDonald's? This YouTube video? Does he normally do that? This is strange.
I would normally be like, maybe some of this content isn't the most worth. But honestly, after being in a hotel for a while, like because I'd be there and I'd be like, I need to eat some of my David food that I brought along, and let me see if I can put something on TV that'll at least serve as background noise while I munch on my food. Oh my God, TV is so bad. It's so bad.
I found Napoleon Dynamite for him, and he settled down for a little bit.
That was a mercy.
You were playing that on TV, like on like live cable TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like generally speaking, it took so much flipping through channels to find anything watchable, and then it's like, oh, this old movie, yes, this is acceptable. But it's.
And then they started playing like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and 3, and we just couldn't handle it.
That wasn't, yeah. The other thing too, it's like
I like those movies. Okay.
I haven't seen the second or the third one in their entirety. There's something about the frame interpolation on hotel really TVs though. Even if you have like a film, or even if the film is visually fine, the automatic frame interpolation on those TVs will make everything just look like ass.
Do that there? Yeah.
Yes, everything. It makes everything look like the most cheap like horrible, overly smooth. I don't know what it is. You'd think like, oh, more frames will make it look better.
Like,
but
it looks like you're on the set with them while they're filming, which would sound cool, but it isn't. Like, that's not the presentation.
There's something about
my parents have that on their stupid television. I keep telling them every time.
It looks so
like,
bad.
If I go there, I'm like, turn this off. Like, this is not how anything is supposed to look. This looks like shit.
Yeah.
And they're all just like, don't change the settings on the TV.
I don't know what it is. It's actually difficult to know, like, why is 24 FPS and even 30 FPS television speed, why is it so much better? Why does it look so much more pleasing, so much more like cinematic and professional and like, I don't know, but as soon as there's these TVs going like 60 FPS with total smoothness, it's just like the worst. It looks so cheap.
Because it's not filmed in a way that's supposed to be like that fast.
I think last year we had Aladdin on the Disney Channel playing, and they did that with Aladdin, and it just weird.
Oh, it's so bad with animation. Yeah. It's easily the worst thing to have this stupid interpolation thing on.
Oh, one time I saw a YouTube video of someone watching like the old Berserk anime, and it's like, it's an anime, very low frame rate. That's fine. That's what anime is. But they had the interpolation turned on, so when a character was sitting there like just talking, the TV would try to interpolate like between the frames of their mouth being closed and opened, and it looked,
oh my god,
it looked horrific. It looked like nightmare fuel. Hold on a minute.
I kind of want to watch Berserk with the interpolation on now to see how bad it is.
You do not want to.
I'll have to find a television that has it. The rooms here don't have TVs in them. He's been doing that for a decade. Yeah, I know he's been doing that for a long time. He also has, like, when I've seen him talk about things, it's always been like he tries to get you to listen to some radio show of his.
Are you back?
And I tried to listen. He does like a shortwave radio show or something, and I tried to listen to it, and it is bad. It's not very good at all. It's like, I think 50% of what I listened to was him just trying to get you to subscribe to his Patreon a lot so that he could keep doing his radio show. But your radio show is half you asking me to subscribe to your radio show. Why would I give you money for that?
What radio show?
And then the other half is him just the other half is him just talking about like politics stuff is happening that I do not like. Yeah, okay, cool. Like, I don't really care. I want to hear you talk about food or aliens or something, man. Come on, talk about something interesting.
We stopped at a Bob Evans, and there was this 90-year-old little lady with a cane and a broken like boot foot, and she needed help opening the door to leave the bathroom, so I helped her. And then Dave helped her to her car and like opened the car door for her and put her purse in the car. And it didn't strike me until we were in our car that's like, this woman is driving. Like, what the hell? She's driving this like massive SUV around, and it's this little lady with a broken boot foot.
She was
can't open doors.
She was so adorable though. She was walking so slow. You have to help an old lady. Like, she was like,
you were good
in the 20 feet from like the Bob Evans doorway to her car. It took like, a few minutes to traverse that distance, but she had a cane and her foot was hurt, and she was so sweet, and she's like, "Oh, young man, would you please help me with the door?" And it's like, what am I gonna do? Be like, "No, shouldn't have gotten old, bitch." Of course I'm gonna help her.
Yeah, and then she threw her cape off and revealed that she was actually like a gnome that would grant you a wish.
Maybe.
For being so nice.
And not hit you with a car.
You know, of course, you wish for what any man would wish for. I wish all my OCs were real.
Lightning strikes out of the sky, and then the rest of the world.
I wish that I was my persona in the real world.
I could be the OC. The OC is me, but it's not what it is.
Actually,
I can be the OC. The OC is me.
That sounds like an AI written song. I can be the OC. The OC is me. Da, 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 da.
You know what? It sounds like one of those UPN channels, like the OC.
Yeah, that's what Universal
was a show called the OC.
That's what Universal should have named their park. They should have named it the OC.
Oh, they love this song.
Hold on. I have to draw attention to the fact that someone has just come into the chat whose name is I Love Art 54321.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And what they have said in the chat is, I love the Silk Song art you made.
Oh, thanks.
Well,
Yeah.
if there's one person who probably would love that art, I think it would be you. I Love Art 54321.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
We've
open
seen it
that up
before.
and show people it because I just made that today.
And did you put that on Twitter, Dave?
I did. Yes.
I wonder how it's doing. I'd like to look.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I can't change it. I can't change it. I
Who is
just- I
this
was-
guy?
oh.
Get him off the stream right now.
Here it is. Today I just made a quick Silk Song drawing today because I was like, oh, people are into this new game launch. I'll do some quick fan art for
I
that.
have a lot of game dev friends who really love Hollow Knight, and they've always tried to get me to play it, and I don't know. It looks great. It looks like there's a lot of good artwork and stuff there. It reminds me a lot of Rayman, the way things are sort of put together. But
Oh, I think they just released a new game yesterday. Isn't there a new?
yeah,
like,
that's what
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
from. Yeah,
Oh.
it crashed the
This
Steam
one.
servers because so many people were trying to download it. But there's a new the Silk Song thing. I don't know very much about Hollow Knight, so I may be getting some of these details wrong. But I think when Hollow Knight came out, people wanted like DLC or like an expansion, and they said, okay, we'll make something, and they started to make the Silk Song stuff, and then like just 6 years went by, and they did not like release it. And then like a couple weeks ago they were like, okay, we're done with it and we're going to release it, but it's not going to be an expansion. It's just going to be like a standalone game, and it's only going to be $20.
Oh, cool. That's
And
nice.
so everyone went crazy to that's why I like crashed the servers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have like a lot of people who they have very high standards. Well, they say they have high standards, and then they play like Zenless Zone Zero or one of those like slot machine collect a girl type games. But they love to remind me that Hollow Knight is the best thing ever. Oh my God, But I don't know. I don't play video games a lot anymore because I just don't have time, and I've just never played it. Is it really this good? Are there people in the chat who have played Hollow Knight? Is it epic? Is it based in red pilled?
We'll have to see what they say. I know I like the character design
cringe?
because the character design is just so simple that it kind of hits
It's
that
very
iconic
simple.
tone. Yeah.
I've tried to tell people this so much, like in the AI chat in the Patreon server for Discord. People will make all these super like ultra detail, absurd resolution 4K, and it's like this weird like real picture of like Lilith in like a bikini or something. Yeah, and it's just like, man, listen, like these characters are not designed to be photoreal. It's creating like a uncanny valley. Like you're trying to explain to people like less is more. Especially for cartoon characters and stuff. Less is more, and it's designed to work with that principle. And they're just like, that is just what you like. It's like, no, this is like a robot. This is a very fundamental thing. Character design. Yeah.
You're having robot time.
Wait, what did you say?
You're having robot time. You were roboting out.
I'm having robot time.
Yeah, you sounded like a robot.
I'm robot. I'm gonna sound like what now?
No, I think it was just a hiccup in the call or something. Seems like it cleared up.
Okay, yeah.
Probably
Yeah, the
distance.
internet is not great at this hotel.
Oh,
It's better at work.
Okay.
I think just so many people are on it or something. I don't know.
It's probably because of Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's destroying our stream.
Probably. It's destroy. Yeah, it's completely like draining all the internet from China. Soon there'll be none left. No internet left.
Well, I'd like you to come back, but I don't want to pay the tariffs to get you over here.
Yeah, you'll have to import me like a log or a piece
I
of
know.
steel.
Ew. A box.
I was
If you're in
talking
the
to
ocean.
someone not too long ago. It was very, they of course like import books or something. I don't remember,
yeah,
but they
yeah.
were constantly trying to ask me like if are tariffs going to affect things if I import like this from this place to America, and I'm like, no. they're not. They've never affected books. They've never affected the like things that are like made too much. Like what tariffs have always affected, and what they're affecting now is like building materials and semiconductors and
And
things
plush.
you need to like assemble products, like that kind of stuff, or like construction material
stuffed
or
animals.
raw stuff. It's no one is doing this with like books or something, and I don't know, people are just way too fearful of. I get that it's complicated, right? But like
It's a
it,
lot of people like me have never heard about tariffs before, so this is like
you've
new
never heard
new
about
one.
tariffs? That the U.S. has done
I
them for hundreds of years,
I
but
know, but
yeah, I don't know.
I never really experienced them.
The people in Europe certainly do tariffs. They love to tariff American goods. People here do that too, because
Yeah, but it's
they
like
don't want people importing things from America. They
it's
want to
the hot
export things.
it's the hot word in the news cycle that we're learning about today.
Yeah,
The
well,
smart being an expert on tariff.
anytime that one guy says he's going to do something, it becomes like the chicken trending
Mhm.
thing, or whatever you were talking about earlier.
trending.
Chicken trending, yeah.
We need to get
Chicken
everybody listen. We need to get Donald Trump to try to ban Dream Keepers or something, because then everyone will be talking about it for 2 weeks on CNN.
Yeah,
And
actually,
then we'll never have to buy an ad. We'll never have to do any marketing again. It will
And then
become
everyone on Blue Sky will love us and then ban us. It'll be great.
yeah.
Actually,
Everyone will
unironically,
be like,
we did just
these
get
people can't be Nazis. No.
unironically we did just get randomly banned from Facebook recently.
Oh, I saw why you got banned from Facebook. Yeah, I saw that today.
Yeah.
And I wish like I would have been able to see that was going on Facebook. I would have been like, you shouldn't post that on Facebook.
It was just
that got you banned from there.
Yeah, but it was
There was a shirt. There were shorts.
Yeah, the thing that got me was the characters
but I saw that image.
The characters were fully clothed.
Very strict.
They're strict,
Yeah,
but the thing is, I've read their policy, and their policy completely allowed
Oh, that doesn't matter.
everything in there. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
well,
Google's
I read their policy.
does Google's ad policy doesn't say anything about like women with large tits being in like an ad, but if you try to post a woman with large tits, even if they're completely covered on an ad, the people quote unquote who work for Google Ads things will take it down. I think this has happened to you when you put tinsel in an ad. Like
yeah, I actually had to get out of them.
Technically in their policy.
They actually finally told me, it's like, okay, well, here's why. And then as soon as they said that, they're like, please forget that we said that. Please do not like remember that. And it's like, what, did your manager just walk over or something? But yeah, it's all these.
Yeah, it sounds like his manager cut his throat and threw him to the side and started typing for him.
I don't really have patience for unspoken policies. It's like when the policy is there and it's like, okay, that's what you say, then we will absolutely follow your rules, no problem. And then they're like, oh, psych, you fucked up on the secret rules. Ha. It's like, you know what? We got like a lot of work to do. I don't have time to like play guessing games with you people. Like, I guess this is a due.
It is really gay, yeah. But you don't have to worry about it now because you're not on Facebook. I'm assuming probably you had an Instagram page. I'm assuming that's also gone.
Yeah, that too. It just nuked it completely. It
Meta owns all of that now. Yeah.
It nuked a fan group that I was just in that I wasn't doing anything with. It nuked like the banner on it.
Yeah. There must be some there must be some
somebody with a hate
there's like a purge.
Yeah, maybe.
There might be there may be some purge going on or something, or there might be it's just like that the AI there's like I'm guessing Meta develops AI models, so I'm guessing they probably have one that detected like, oh, this looks like armpits that are going into a titty that may not be covered. It's shaped like one. I don't know. It looks risky. And what they should do when that happens is what Twitter does. Twitter will like message you and they'll say, we've temporarily locked your. We didn't delete it. We've temporarily locked it, and this is the offending content, and this is why. This is the policy that it is offending. That's how they should do that, but they don't.
It took a lot of work to figure out
doesn't.
what the picture was, and then I finally was like, I tried to resist it, and then I deleted it and tried it again, and it finally was just like nuke everything.
It's just not worth the time to jump through those hoops. So I guess good reminder to anyone out there, if you're getting your news from us primarily through a social media platform, you should really consider jumping on the newsletter, because that way you're not going to get like your access to us suddenly erased without any warning. You'll actually get the news from the newsletter. And
We were shadow banned on Twitter for the longest time.
oh yeah, back in the old version of Twitter, we were like shadow banned up and down. They had us on like 1 trillion block lists for just no reason. And then
We don't know why.
Yeah, now that the new version of Twitter is in effect, it's actually now our growth is actually doing fantastic on there.
I think they reversed like all the weird shadow ban stuff.
I like that. That's good.
When Elon Musk bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like not being shadow banned as well. Yeah, I think that's great. Thanks, Elon. Thanks, Muskie. Yeah, but I think that I don't know, like they had all these things set up before, that were like, if you're blocked by a certain amount of people, especially people who have blue check marks or people who have like a lot of followers on Twitter, before that would be enough to like shadow ban you. They still do that on Twitter. Like if you're blocked or muted by like a lot of people, it will like, unless you pay for premium, it will like recommend your content less sometimes, depending on some factors. Like if you're just like a new account, you know, of course you'll be a candidate for that. But if you are older and you know, if there's things to signal that you're a human and also that you're not just there to like make people angry like I am, then they usually won't shadow ban, or it's not supposed to shadow ban your account. But who knows how that goes? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah, again, that's why I tell people, it's like, hey, if you like what we do and you actually do want to see it, you should consider getting on the newsletter. So you will. Because even if there's like a place where it's like, oh, the management there is like pretty cool now, it's like, well, you know, give it a few years and maybe someone else is in charge, and then who knows?
And then they just nuke you, take away everything. Yeah, I'm still miffed about the Facebook because that looked big to me. I liked it. I was starting to get into it and talk on it too.
Yeah, but based on like the conversations you were trying to have on there, I really question how much of that was actually authentic users. It really looked like a lot of like robotic crap.
I know.
It's like Zuckerberg's AI hellscape of like, you think you're investing in like connections with customers, but actually you're just training my AI for no purpose.
For no purpose.
Yeah.
He's got an evil purpose. Here's an evil purpose.
Why would you think Zuckerberg has anything but the purest of motives? Look at him. Did you just make an ew sound?
Hey, actually, there's a lawyer named Mark Zuckerberg that is suing Facebook because Facebook has been like removing his ads and like inhibiting him from practicing law.
Oh.
And he actually gets hate mail from people thinking it's the real Mark.
That is a fate I would not wish on anyone, having the same name as Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't know why he's suing Facebook. Yeah, because Facebook didn't name Mark Zuckerberg.
He's suing Zuckerberg.
Well, why is he suing? After our experience that we've had, I'm sure you've seen our updates. I just am like, why is anyone doing anything in the law? For one reason, because they can. Because there's nothing stopping it.
True.
For better or worse.
Yeah.
Because why not? That's a thing to try.
I did Facebook for a month and then lost interest. Yeah, I never personally did any of that, like Facebook or whatever I can't even remember the name of the predecessor.
We had a stalker reader who friended my aunt, and I caught him like friending my aunt and then digging into my phone number and calling me on the phone. And that was kind of enough.
Called you on the phone?
Yes, he called me on the phone. And I didn't pick up, but I asked him, like, why? And he said, I wanted to hear the sound of your voice. And I was just like, nope, we're done on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's what streams are for.
I don't think anyone... I've seen people go... Yeah, I've seen people go on Facebook, like, just like normie friends of mine and stuff. They'll go on there and they'll not just like make a profile. They'll make a profile with like their real name. They'll add all their family members. Like, do you really want Mark Zuckerberg to know all this information about you?
Yeah.
They'll add all their family members. They'll put their
house?
fucking job history on there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, job history, photos of their kids even.
What the hell?
Like
their car.
Like, I'm not running around telling other people, you don't put your info on Facebook, but it rubs me a weird way when people are putting like photos of their children on the internet. It's like you don't understand who else is. This is public. Like, do you trust and know everyone in the public? You don't. There's some bad people out there. There's some bad people out there that you do not want to have them being able to identify your children. And I don't know, just think about if there was like some sort of a serial killer, like kidnapper monster out there. If he has access to photos of your photos of your kids, where they go to school,
Photos of your house,
what your schedule is, where you work, what your house looks like, all these details. Do you know how many tools?
Yeah.
Do you know how many tools you were giving them so they could try to pull off some kind of a social engineering abduction? Like that, like no joke. That does increase the risk to your kids.
That's happened. Yeah.
Well, no,
I saw a video.
on top of that, there are people who will just allow friends to be friends with them, and they don't know who these people are. Like when Dave had a
adding
Facebook,
people who just are random. Yeah.
yeah, they're just adding. Oh, you're a friend. You're a friend. They don't know who these people are. They could be fake. There was a fake lady trying to get into Dave's Facebook, and we could tell this was not a woman. This was some dude pretending to be a woman trying to talk to Dave.
No real woman would ever try to talk to me.
Do not redeem types. Yeah.
Maybe.
Trying to put some malware on your computer. Whenever I see like Rebecca Smith trying to add me on something, and it's just like, hello, how is your day today? I always just respond and say, just send me the fucking virus.
Usually on that, I'll just like type all caps like ah, and then if they keep on following up, I'll just like do it
amazing.
longer with more exclamation points on the end.
They usually delete themselves off of Dave.
Yeah, because I just start screaming at them like a homeless person.
Roblox.
And you're typing it too.
Roblox is crazy. Like, people in the chat are talking about. I don't know how they got on the subject of Roblox, but like, Roblox is so insane. I have like a friend back home. She was talking about how like her daughter plays Roblox, so she like watches like everything that's like going on with Roblox, and they basically just have like these rooms, these like game modes that are like public bathroom game, and
I don't
it's
understand
just
what this is.
What?
I don't really know. I think it's like a thing
like
where I thought it was like Minecraft, but it's not really. It's like there's just like people make these game modes, and it's just like user generated content, and then you can just go on there with your Roblox character who looks like they're just made out of like Mega Blocks or something, and they there's a game that's just like hide and seek, and all of them will hide, and then there's like a guy who seeks and he's got to find everybody or whatever. Like they'll just make games like that, or like a game where you're jumping like icy tower type of game, or you're trying to like ride a motorcycle on this trail to the end, but it's hard and can fall off the trail and die. But like that's way I think what they kind of intended with the game at first.
Like it sounds like it could
there's
be
a lot
fun.
of game modes. That sounds pretty great, right? For kids to play. It's multiplayer, so you can meet friends on there and stuff. But like what has in practice happened with this game is that and I don't know exactly like how much of this is true or not, but what I understand is that there are game modes that are basically just set up for people to go in there and do like sex role play.
Ugh.
And they will like it is like adults and kids, and like they'll get kids to like come into like a Discord call with them, and then they'll groom them and get like photographs of them and stuff like that. But like there was some guy, I don't remember the guy's name, but there was some guy who was going around and he was like tracking all these people, and he made like a Discord bot so that like if you own like a Roblox Discord server, you could put this bot in the server and it would just automatically ban people who were like on this basically like a Roblox sex offender registry thing. And like the Discord banned him and the bot. That was their like their response to that. Sound familiar? Yeah. Like they banned him from Discord, and they banned the bot from Discord, saying that it violated like user privacy or something. I don't remember. But it never named who the users were or anything. It never like shared information about them. It just kept them from joining. That was all it did.
Yeah.
No one using the bot had access to any of the information or the database or anything. They just it just kept them out of Roblox servers if
You can't
if
explain
you
that
had
to them
kids.
either.
It
Can't
is
explain
always weird to me how this should be like. You'd think priority one of like, oh, if you're hosting an online space for kids, priority one should be like trying to put safeguards in place to prevent exactly that. And it's weird when people sort of have to jury rig their own safeguards, and then when they do, they are the ones that get targeted by the platforms. Like not the people that are like actually like offenders and doing this stuff. It's like no, the people that are trying to protect the kids. Those are the ones that are at on like the receiving end of like the wrath of the TOS.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little odd how consistently that seems to play out.
Yeah, that is pretty nuts. But what has happened? Like a lot of people were saying, like, oh, Roblox, they don't want this stuff on their platform. It's just that it's user generated. It's hard to moderate and give it. Okay, granted, like I know that it's difficult to moderate like user generated
Yeah.
content on like games and sites and stuff. It must be. I mean, how could it not be, right? Like you would think it would be, but like then Roblox comes out like a month ago from now or so. This was like a year ago that this happened, I think. Again, I'm not really abreast in Roblox stuff, so I mean I may be getting some dates wrong here or some information wrong. Go make sure you go and look it up stuff for yourself. But the idea the what from what I understand, right, is like a month ago they announced on Roblox that they're gonna have like basically like a dating thing on Roblox. So people
Ooh,
can
what?
like, yeah, and I don't know if it's like kids are allowed on it or not, but
Ooh.
it's something like uh you can just go in there and make like a dating profile like I don't know, like Tinder or something. Tinder's not really supposed to be like a dating thing, I don't think, but it's something like that. That like this is in the midst of like, yeah, there's something in America where there's like there's lawsuits about like Roblox. There's like countries that are threatening to ban Roblox if they don't like make an office there and like try to adhere to like the country's policies for like safety for children. And so there's just like there's no rails. There's like it seems like there's just nothing protecting these kids from these weird adults, and Discord seems to not be very interested in helping protect that either, even though a lot of it happens on their platform. I think that this is going to, by the end of it, create some very major problems for not just Roblox and Discord, but I think it's going to create like a weird precedent in America about just like having a game that includes user generated content, and it's going to change stuff for a long time. It may, stuff. I think Fortnite has a thing now, kind of like Roblox, where you can create like a game mode for people to play, and they have a couple different game modes that are like official, like first party made things, but uh, it may affect those things. I think that this is going to be, especially with like, whether you love or hate Donald Trump, he has like a focus on, like, publicly at least, like, I don't want there to be like kids being trafficked and stuff like that. I think that's what I hear anyway. But like, with him being president, that could probably sort of flavor the way that like the case may go there. So you may see something major change in these like user generated content type games that may be good or may be really bad. It may be very overreaching, overcompensating, so to speak, for this. But I genuinely do believe that if the stuff I'm hearing is true, that Roblox is the main problem, and that Discord, if they really did ban that thing, whether it was violating TOS or not, and not just work with the guy on like try to make it better, it seems to me like, yeah, they certainly just have no interest in protecting children being like groomed and abused on their platform.
Yeah, well, I hope that I hope that the problem gets solved in one way or another. But the other side of the coin is I feel like these companies should be a little more proactive about doing stuff. Because as soon as
Yeah.
yeah, but the issue is too is as soon as it's like a regulation, right? As soon as like the government is like, now everyone has to do all of these things forever. They're fixed. It's like, well, I don't know. It's way easier for big corporations to comply, just in general. Big giant corporations that can afford to employ like a legal department and an accounting wing. It's way easier for them to comply with these types of regulations. So usually what tends to happen is like it's like this the little people that just get crushed by it. And then the big corporations can like, they can blow all the money to cross the I's and dot the T's, and hey, for free all of their competition is kind of wiped off the map. So hopefully they put some provisions in there to like, take into account the scale and the resources available to the companies. Not that I think little companies should be able to get away with shady stuff, but just in general, I feel like regulations are often very well intended, but the effect is usually that it usually punishes anyone that can't afford to be a giant monopoly, and it sort of accelerates the consolidation of market share into like fewer and fewer hands.
Well, we're talking about regulations, and regulations probably will happen and should happen. Regulations, I think, usually go through the legislature of any governing body, and which in America I think is Congress. So, like, if this goes through Congress, and I don't know the processes and stuff, but if this goes through Congress, from what I understand in America, oftentimes when things do go through Congress, they are paid by, someone comes in with some money to donate to something like a charity that they own that's 501c3, or like a presidential campaign or something like that. And they will be like, hey, this is great. We want to protect kids, but maybe we should add this thing in. It should cost $1 million to open a game that has user generated content. And if you can't pay the $1 million upfront fee, oh well, you don't get to make a game that you can upload user generated content. And that could easily lead into like, well, our mods generated user generated content. Is a mod a user generated content? Maybe if your game supports or allows mods in any kind of way, like the Elder Scrolls games and a lot of the Bethesda games, after they come out within like a month or so, they usually just hand people the what they call the creation kit, the software development kit, so they can have access to like a version of like the building blocks to the game, so to speak, that they can mod things more easily with. It could come down to something like that, right? It could come down to where people are trying to legislate those things out because they're big companies and they know that anybody just starting to make games is not going to have $1 million to pay the U.S. government so that they can make a game that has user generated content on it, or that they or that can be played there or whatever. So you may see some things like that. I think what we're going to see first is there's going to be a big public lawsuit for something with Roblox, and it may be a CAL if a lot of people are affected by it, which I think would be their worst nightmare. But when that happens, that may set a legal precedent for like, okay, this is how this case went and how that was ruled on. So that may like become like referenceable case law or something. And what the biggest thing it may affect is like payment network stuff. Like a lot of people, I've talked about this before, and everyone seems to want to disagree with me, the person who's managed several not safe for work stores. You're the expert, I guess, even though you've never managed one. But I've set up and managed several not safe for work stores for customers of mine, and the reason they hire someone to do that kind of thing for them is because it's very complicated to do that. And it's become more complicated since 2021. Well, what happened in 2021? Something similar that's happening to Roblox. Pornhub and whatever their parent company is, something geek. I don't remember. It's like, geek jerk off geek or something. Goon geek. I don't know. It's something like that. It's some company that doesn't have like such a Pornhub type name, but they got sued in at least 2 states, I think, for they were just straight up hosting like videos of like sexual abuse. Some of the people were underage, allegedly, and they lost those lawsuits, I think. But I'd have to look up all the details, but what did definitely happen was that Visa and Mastercard were named in these lawsuits. And I guess to add insult to injury, they were trying to just do everything they could to make sure that these lawsuits were very painful for the people, the defendants, because a lot of the plaintiffs were people who had videos of themselves on Pornhub that they didn't want up there. Again, some of them were allegedly underage, and Pornhub. The complaint was that we have sent this information to Pornhub over and over that this stuff is there. We've reported it, and they just won't take it down. So now we're taking it to court. The stuff that they're hosting is actually illegal. And Visa tried very hard. And Visa, I think MasterCard was named in one of the lawsuits too. The card networks tried very hard to get out of these lawsuits. But by the time that they were named as defendants, they were very aware of what was going on. And that was when doing a site that sold digital, not safe for work goods went from, oh, you have to pay some higher fees to you have to pay some astronomically higher fees per transaction. And also you have to pay, I think MasterCard wants $800 upfront minimum every year. And I think Visa wants more. They want like $1,200 or something. I don't remember what it is, but basically you're going to now have to pay over $2,000 or close to $2,000. That's minimum. That's if you're making like less than $100,000 a year, right? And then this is what's known as a high risk account, a high risk merchant account. This is what you must apply for if you're selling or if you're having digital goods where people can buy things that are digital, subscribe to things that are digital, that involve not safe for work or nudity or sex acts or anything like that. That's why a lot of that stuff is there now, because Pornhub fucked up so bad that it became like potentially like a huge liability for these companies. And now they really want to limit who's able to do this stuff. So you may see something like that sweeping with Roblox doing this stuff and just getting away with it for so long. That's another reason that, no one seems to have asked the question yet of Steam. Like Steam they gave in to credit card processors. MasterCard is saying that Steam is doing a big no-no and it's not allowed on Steam. And they're threatening, and they're taking all the porn games down. Well, first of all, I have seen that there are porn games that are still for sale on Steam. So they didn't take all the porn games. Steam didn't take all the porn games down, whether they were supposed to do that or not. Second, no one is asking the question with Steam. Did Steam have a high risk account type? They were clearly selling not safe for work digital goods globally. And to do that with a payment, what was it called, a payment network, you have your merchant portal, and then you have the issuing banks the issuing banks who issues the card. I can't remember what the bank is called that actually processes the money change. And then like a lot of people think when you purchase something on digital, right, that it's just, oh, my card and the merchant and that's it. Maybe my bank is involved in that. There's like 6 steps to this. There's you purchasing the thing. There is the card network, which is Visa, MasterCard, Discover, Amex, all those, JBC or whatever that other one's called that no one ever has but old people. There's like those card networks are involved. There's the merchant merchant portal that's involved. And then there's a bank, your bank. And then there's the bank that actually like receives the money and processes like the change of money over. And there's another one in there too, but I can't remember who that is. That might just be like the people who are actually processing the payment. But typically the gateway is linked to that too. So there's a lot. There's a lot that goes on.
It's 9 o'clock.
Say what?
It's 9 o'clock. Over here.
Well, I know, but I don't want to cut it off there.
Okay.
Let him complete the thought.
All right.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is like there's a lot of people involved in this, and everyone agrees that not safe for work stuff, particularly digital not safe for work stuff, it's riskier from a perspective. It's not that they hate porn. It's riskier from a perspective of like we're going to get a lot of chargebacks for this type of content, right? And don't be one of those people who conflates refunds with chargebacks, because they're not the same. But we know that this is riskier, that it's a higher risk of people, charging this stuff back for whatever reason, and we could get into that, but that would take a few more minutes. But I'm trying to make this as brief as possible. But no one seems to be asking the question: did Steam have the correct account type with their merchant service to process these types of transactions, or did Steam just have a regular low risk account because they didn't think they would need a high risk account? And as a result of that, someone let MasterCard know what was going on, this collective shout group, and then MasterCard and Visa took a look and they said, oh, Steam, you guys are actually banned from our service right now because you have this high risk stuff on your website and you don't have the correct account type. Like, they will do things like that. That has happened to people I've worked with, and that's certainly not a new thing. But no one's asking that question. I think that's a very important question. No one's asking that question of Steam, and I don't think Steam has answered that anywhere. And that's the first question you should be asking these people. Is MasterCard evil? Is Visa evil? Yes, those companies are terrible, and they don't have any real competition. And the way that the card networks all work, you have to follow every card network's rules, even if you only want to accept one. It's a mess. It really does need to be regulated, and there needs to be some antitrust things that happen with the card networks. But it starts with you. It starts with the merchant. If you're a merchant and you're going to sell digital not safe for work goods and you don't apply for the correct account type, anything that happens as a result of you selling those goods on your platform after that is entirely your fault. But I don't know if Steam have the right account type, and it is some weird thing with MasterCard. That's certainly not unheard of, but no one's asking that question. And I think someone should ask that question. I think Steam should give us an answer on that before we start lighting torches and sharpening pitchforks and whatever else of these card networks.
Yeah, but that's not gonna play on social media. They just want the outrage.
No one's ever gonna listen to me about that. Yeah,
they just want the outrage. Like
they just want blood.
Especially if you're like, here's a reason that you shouldn't be mad. It's like you're undercutting the primary reason that people are having fun with this. They want to be mad. They're like, finally something to justify the way I feel today.
Because they're so shitty. Yeah. They are so shitty and tyrannical, and you can just be, for years you've seen people just be banned from having a checking account or banned from being able to use any of the card networks, and you don't ever get an answer. Like, you can't sue them and get an answer in discovery because it's considered a trade secret. It's a trade secret. Our trade would fall apart. Everything we do would just fall apart overnight if people knew why we banned people from being able to take transactions globally all over the world. Like, that's a trade secret according to these card networks and these banks and everyone. Like, it's not just the card networks, it's several things, but like any one of those things, if they ban you from their services, you will at the very least have a very hard time being able to find something to replace them. And if it is one of the card networks, you will not be able to replace them, because there's no, all of the card networks work together to force their terms of service on you, the customer, and them, the merchant, all at once. Just like, I don't know what the word for that is really, but like, basically, if you open a store and you say, I only want to take Visa, I don't even want to take MasterCard, I only want to take Visa, it doesn't matter. You still have to adhere to all the card networks, like all of their rules, because if you don't, one of the other ones can just ban you from using any of the card networks, and then like they don't even have to tell you why. Again, you can't even sue them in court and drag that out of them in discovery because it's considered a trade secret. And they have no competition. They're not competing with each other. So, like, yeah, do people want blood from the card industries? The card network industries? Yeah, they absolutely do, because they've been so tyrannical over people for such a long time. But I think before people get angry at them, We need to really figure out if the problem we're angry about is their fault or if it's maybe Steam's fault. It's true MasterCard, someone slipped up at MasterCard or something happened and we found out it was like a MasterCard thing they violated, and that was the reason like their merchant portal barred them from the marketplace, so to speak, temporarily, or threatened to. I don't know that transactions have slowed down on Steam. People are obviously buying Silksong pretty easily, but whose fault is it really? And how you figure that out is by asking investigative questions. The first question people should have asked, but they didn't because they don't understand how any of this works. The first question people should have asked is, Steam, hey, Gabe Newell, did you have a high-risk account for your business, this selling high-risk items types? And, we should have got a yes or no out of them for that first. I would think an $8 billion industry would understand the difference between high-risk and low-risk accounts. And I would think that they probably did apply for the correct account type. But no one has asked that question, and we do not have that information.
Yeah, and I don't think that information is going to pop out. I don't think anyone's really running that down. Yeah,
we're never going to get that now. Yeah.
But what I am going to get is probably some dinner, and then if you guys have been waiting on the sketch of the month and fan art polls, those are going to be going up tonight. We'll actually go through there and get the September voting set up later on. So keep an eye out for that. And I guess once again, before signing off, thanks guys for chilling with us while we just casually get a little bit of art rolling, and thanks everyone who made it out to Megaplex. And we'll be streaming again. I don't think we have anything else. We should be streaming again Monday, so we'll be back at our normal time. So everyone, any last words, Liz or Hazen, before we call it a stream?
Nope.
Excellent. In that case,
go wake up your folks and tell them you're hungry.
Go wake them up. Everyone have a good night. See you later. Stream ends in... I need to get an outro video sometime. Stream ends in 5.
We do need
4, 3,
So sad.
2... Outro!